Limbo, limbo, limbo like me.
Well, have I got even more good news for any users with rigs about as powerful as a Chromebook, because now we have nothing but easy to run, graphically undemanding games at our disposal. The only downside of this one is that it's not exactly for those who are squeamish, or dislike a heavy creepy atmosphere, or big hairy spiders. So Limbo harkens back to the humble old days of the Xbox Live Arcade, and showcases a small boy who somehow wandered off and found himself deep inside a big dark forest, where he may as well be nothing more than a tiny insect, because pretty much everything from giant bugs to industrial machinery is out to kill him. Navigating this world is extremely simple, in that you just keep running to the right and remember to jump and grab things whenever something might kill you, such as dipping your head even partially underwater for a split second. That is until some brain slug forces you to run to the left instead because you are now a rebel without cause. Throughout your time here, this game sets a very bleak and often depressing tone. There is no colour to be seen anywhere, and it does an excellent job of making you feel like a small and weak morsel, like you are now the prey and the predator is the world. Every time you die, it slowly zooms in for a prolonged amount of time onto your pathetic corpse, just to show off what you have become. And yet, somewhere in the back of your mind, there is still that small sense of hope that you can make it out of this place as you steadily progress, and that little bit of power that you can find a way to overcome this obstacle that's preventing you from reaching such salvation somewhere just off camera. Or maybe it's just that brain slug again. There's not too much more to say about this one really. It's a short classic from the XBLA days that, if you have any interest in Little Nightmares, is well worth running right to. Although what I'd like to know is how this child managed to get this far from home and survived in the first place.
Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going.
And now let's take a break from all that death and suffering and big hairy spiders, and embrace the complete polar opposite in tones. Because if one game about hiking all around an open park wasn't enough, there's two we can now enjoy, with far less stalker syndrome. A Short Hike offers the story of Claire, a penguin who has undertaken the task of hiking up to the summit of Hawk Peak Provincial Park, in order to pick up some phone reception because she's awaiting a very important phone call. That or she's feeling the pain of the modern day games industry. It is, once again, a very simple game that sends you to this 3D hub of a plethora of different paths and hiking trails, where numerous other animals are dotted about, doing their own thing and asking Claire for help, a trope of video games so common where NPCs can't stop asking the only main character for help whenever they so much as utter a friendly hello, that I am now going to dub this trope the waiter's curse. But the game still has an absolutely wonderful charm about it as you explore around each and every corner and crevice of the park, and definitely brings this feeling of being on holiday or vacation to a beautiful national park with its natural wilderness, beaches, hills, and its titular hiking trails. And the side quests I actually feel truly motivated to stick with, like suddenly getting enticed by this beach stick ball game with this penguin I found on the opposite side of the island by complete accident. The only issue I have with this game is that I'd like an easier way to keep track of all the quests and objectives I've been given and where I can hand them in, especially with all the tasks you get given to do at once, but everybody is scattered somewhere on this island and you can't really seem to find them all the time. Perhaps putting the quests on a separated map window would help, as to not clutter the beautiful main UI of this game. But yeah, on the whole, this game is an absolutely astounding journey. From getting invested in all of the NPC stories around the park, all the way to that 10 out of 10 climax where you just glide down the entire mountain you've spent the last 2 hours scaling up. And is one of those games I cannot recommend enough for a cutesy, relaxy, easy to learn and charming game which you love to see on Game Pass. What's that? I need to obtain 7 golden feathers to climb this face, do I? Well, f*** you, I only needed 6.